Aryan lived life on a whim, a carefree spirit, a radiant smile that could light up a room. He chased adventure, embracing every moment with open arms. Meera, on the other hand, was a woman of purpose. Focused and driven, she approached life with a quiet intensity. Work consumed her days. Ambition fueled her nights. They were as different as night and day, their paths destined never to cross. Or so they thought. Aryan thrived on spontaneity, his days filled with laughter and carefree abandon. He was a whirlwind of energy, always on the move, always seeking the next thrill. Meera found solace in order, her life a carefully constructed schedule. She preferred quiet evenings at home, a good book her only companion. Their worlds were polar opposites, yet fate, it seemed, had other plans. Aryan believed in destiny, in the power of the universe to bring people together. Meera, a pragmatist at heart, trusted only in hard work and determination. He saw the world in vibrant colors, she in shades of gray. Little did they know, their contrasting perspectives were about to collide, setting in motion a chain of events that would change their lives forever. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air as Meera hurried into her usual cafe. The familiar scent was a small comfort amidst the chaos of her morning. She was late, her mind already racing through the day's to-do list. Meetings, deadlines, and errands swirled in her head, each demanding her attention. Chuckles. "Excuse me." Aryan, perched on a stool by the window, watched her with amusement. He had been coming to this cafe for weeks, and she was a new, intriguing addition to his routine. He observed her every move, intrigued by her no-nonsense demeanor. There was something captivating about the way she carried herself, a blend of determination and grace. Their eyes met briefly, hers filled with impatience, his with a flicker of recognition. It was as if he had seen her somewhere before, but couldn't quite place it.
"Excuse me?"
Meera said, her voice edged with annoyance as she gestured to the empty seat beside him. She needed a place to sit and work, and he was in her way. Aryan, startled by her abruptness, quickly gathered his belongings. He wasn't used to such directness, but it intrigued him even more. "I was just leaving," he mumbled, a hint of a smile playing on his lips. There was something about her that made him want to stay, to learn more about this intriguing woman. Meera, too preoccupied to notice, claimed the seat and pulled out her laptop. She had work to do and no time for distractions. Their first encounter was brief, inconsequential, yet it planted a seed, a spark of curiosity in both their hearts. It was a moment neither could easily forget. Days turned into weeks, and Meera found herself frequenting the cafe more often than usual. Each visit was accompanied by a silent hope of seeing him again. It wasn't the coffee that drew her back, but the anticipation of another chance encounter. She found herself glancing at the entrance, hoping to catch a glimpse of him. She wouldn't admit it, not even to herself, but the memory of the charming stranger lingered in her thoughts. His smile, his eyes, the way he seemed to see right through her. Aryan, true to his nature, made sure their paths crossed again, engineering accidental meetings that always left Meera flustered and intrigued. He enjoyed the game, the dance of chance and fate. He would offer her a warm smile, a playful remark, trying to break through her carefully constructed walls. Each interaction was a step closer to understanding her. She, in turn, would respond with cool indifference, determined to resist his easy charm. But her resolve was weakening with each encounter. Yet, beneath her guarded exterior, Meera felt a stirring, a flicker of something unfamiliar. It was a feeling she hadn't experienced in a long time, one that both excited and scared her. Could this be the start of something real, something she had always kept at bay? The question lingered in her mind, a tantalizing possibility that refused to be ignored. Aryan was captivated by Meera's aloofness. Her cool exterior a challenge he was determined to conquer. Her enigmatic presence intrigued him, and he found himself constantly thinking about her, wondering what lay beneath that calm facade. He began orchestrating their encounters, always appearing at her favorite bookstore, her usual jogging path, and even her local grocery store. He studied her routines meticulously, ensuring that their paths would cross frequently, even her local grocery store. He would casually bump into her, making it seem like a serendipitous meeting each time. Each time, he would greet her with that disarming smile, his eyes twinkling with mischief. His charm was undeniable, and his presence was always warm and inviting. Meera, though she tried to deny it, found herself anticipating these chance meetings. She would catch herself looking around, hoping to see him, her heart beating a little faster at the thought. His persistence was relentless, his charm impossible to ignore. He had a way of making her feel special, as if she were the only person in the room. He would shower her with compliments, his words like honeyed whispers that sent shivers down her spine. His voice was soothing, and his words were always perfectly chosen to make her smile. He would bring her small gifts, a single red rose, her favorite pastry, or a book he thought she might enjoy. Each gesture carefully chosen to chip away at her defenses. He knew that these small acts of kindness would slowly win her over. Meera, used to a life of routine and predictability, found herself drawn to his spontaneity, his zest for life. His unpredictable nature was a breath of fresh air in her otherwise structured world. He would invite her to art exhibitions, where they would lose themselves in the beauty of the paintings and sculptures. To concerts in the park, where they would sit under the stars, the music weaving a magical spell around them. To adventures that promised to awaken her senses. They would explore the city together, discovering hidden gems and creating memories. She would decline, citing work commitments. But deep down, a part of her yearned to break free, to experience the world through his eyes. She felt a growing desire to step out of her comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Aryan, sensing her hesitation, never pressured her, his patience as endless as the sky. He understood that she needed time, and he was willing to wait. He knew that winning her heart would be a slow dance, a delicate balance of persistence and understanding. He was prepared to take it one step at a time, savoring each moment. Their conversations, once brief and awkward, began to flow more easily. They would talk about everything and nothing, their words weaving a tapestry of connection. They would talk for hours, sharing their dreams, their fears, their hopes for the future. Each conversation brought them closer, revealing new layers of their personalities. He learned of her passion for her work, her dedication to making a difference in the world. She was driven by a desire to help others, and he admired her for it. She discovered his love for photography, his ability to capture the beauty in the ordinary. His photographs told stories, each one a glimpse into his soul. With each passing day, their connection deepened, their differences fading into the background. They found common ground in their shared experiences, and their bond grew stronger. As weeks melted into months, Meera found herself falling for Aryan. Their connection grew stronger with each passing day, and she felt a warmth she hadn't experienced in years. His warmth, his infectious laughter, his unwavering belief in her, chipped away at the walls she had so carefully erected around her heart. He made her feel seen, cherished, and valued in ways she had never known. He was everything she wasn't: spontaneous, carefree, full of life. His zest for living was contagious, and she found herself swept up in his enthusiasm, discovering new joys and passions. Yet there was a darkness in his past, a secret he kept hidden from the world. It was a part of him that he never spoke about, a shadow that loomed over their blossoming relationship. She noticed the fleeting moments of sadness that would cloud his eyes, the way his smile would falter when he thought no one was watching, the way he would clam up whenever she asked about his family. His reluctance to share his past was a barrier she couldn't ignore. He would deflect her questions with jokes, his laughter a shield against her probing. It was as if he was trying to protect her from something, or perhaps protect himself. Meera couldn't shake off the feeling that something was amiss, a shadow lurking beneath his sunny disposition. Her intuition, sharp and unyielding, kept nudging her to dig deeper. Her instincts, honed by years of careful observation, whispered warnings she couldn't ignore. She began to keep a journal, noting down every odd behavior, every inconsistency. She found herself analyzing his every word, his every gesture, searching for clues to his hidden pain. The more she observed, the more questions arose. His phone calls, always whispered and brief, filled her with unease. Who was he talking to? What was he hiding? The late-night arrivals, his explanations vague and unconvincing, fueled her suspicions. Each time he came home late, her anxiety grew. Meera, despite her growing feelings for him, couldn't ignore the nagging doubt that gnawed at her soul. She was torn between her love for him and the unsettling feeling that he wasn't being entirely truthful. She loved his carefree spirit, the way he embraced life with open arms. His joy was infectious, and she longed to share in it fully. But his evasiveness, his unwillingness to let her in completely, created a chasm between them. It was a gap that seemed to widen with each passing day. Meera craved honesty, transparency, the kind of love that thrived in the light, not in the shadows. She wanted a relationship built on trust, not on secrets and half-truths. Her heart ached with the possibility of losing him, but she knew she couldn't build a future on half-truths and hidden pain. The weight of his secrets was too heavy a burden for their love to bear.